Parker, welcome, man. Windy City Smokeout. This is so fun.
Yeah, I'm stoked, man.
You're very comfortable with barbecue, being from Texas, right? So have you been able to come out here and try any of the stuff?
I had a little barbecue earlier. Some of the boys are from Texas, so they
Yeah.
brought some on the bus and took pretty good care of us.
Yeah, of course they did.
Yeah.
Dude, I love your journey that you've been on since your debut album and the Gold Chain Cowboy came out. Because what I like to do, I like to look at moments that artists have. And when you have these moments, you can show your character. It can show, your initiative. It can also show like how resilient you are and things. And one of my favorite moments from the back, and it was from Rest of My Life, when you talked about that track, how you wrote it, and correct me if I'm getting it wrong, but how you wrote it in 7 minutes. And that's the first one you kind of did sober. And that showed you that you could write the kind of music you wanted to sober. And that feels like a really special moment in your life and career.
Yeah, man, COVID was crazy for me. I had my first #1 climb the charts and go #1 in platinum, and we didn't play a show the entire time. So, I mean, I know it was a wild time for everybody, but it was an interesting time for me. And I was kind of putting myself through the ringer trying to write songs, and it just wasn't working. And then so I woke up one morning and dead sober and wrote Rest of My Life in just a few minutes, and I knew that whether that song was going to be successful or not or ever be heard by anybody, I was really proud of it, and that's like the prime example of the kind of songs I've always tried to write. So that one's been very special to me.
And you're having a baby?
Having a kid, 25 days.
Dude,
now,
congratulations!
Yeah, thank you.
That's cool, man. What is for you? I know obviously you've seen it a lot, whether it's Luke Combs or even or when Thomas Rhett had his first one 100 years ago or whatever, whatever. But you start to change that mindset of sometimes your writing and what your priorities and things like that.
No dad songs for me.
No dad songs, really?
No dad songs.
How come?
No. I mean, if one falls out one day that's put together the right way, and I don't want to write cliche dad songs. I would, if it's something that is really stands out and is well written and really honest and special, then I would cut it. But I don't think I'll sit down and try to write dad songs anytime soon.
No, but you're not opposed to if it comes out if it comes out of you. Right?
Yeah, if it's right,
okay.
if it's dope and it's a special song, then those are the kind of songs that I always want to write, and I hope to keep writing. So and if one comes out and it's a dad song, so be it.
For anybody just only listening to this, you have to see what's happening because the way you're holding the hot dog, it's a very parental. You got a father, father. You're holding very gentle with your hot dog there. Do you feel ready? Do you feel ready for the baby?
I don't know. I've never really held a wiener this big. So I don't know if the kid's this is probably the size of a baby, right?
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
So they do go through different stages.
Can you hold it like this?
Yes, you can hold it like. I think the #1 rule is don't drop the baby.
No, he can hold this one can hold his head up on his own though. So.
We won't go into
not go
more
there.
wiener
There's
jokes.
a lot of jokes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of places you could go right there.
No, that's fine. You've had a fun journey of playing shows too. I mean, from the smallest to the biggest, and the opening with George Strait and the rodeos and all that stuff. And now you're here at Windy City Smokeout. Where do you feel like you're, especially with when you think about your tours and the shows you want to put together, where are you as far as the kind of show you want to put on every day?
Man, I just want to be extremely genuine. I mean, you want to be energetic and make sure that when these people go home, they feel like the money they spent or the money they saved up to come see you was worth every penny. That's what I think about every night. And you play enough shows every year, you're going to have some nights where you don't. You're like, man, I don't feel like I was my best tonight, and that's probably going to happen regardless of what you do in life. But I just always try to be conscious of the fact that. These people, they may have saved up their money for the last 2 or 3 months or year or week or whatever, and just to come see you play and buy a T-shirt. So I always try to be really conscious of that and go out and give everything I've got to give that night. So, I hope they dig it, and I hope Ed Warren wants to have us back because
Ed's a big fan of you, man.
He's family to me, man, and he's believed in me for a long time. He's told me for like 5 years that I was going to headline Windy City Smokeout one day. I played here in 2019 at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so. The next time coming back, being a headliner on Friday night is pretty special.
Dude, that's what I'm talking. So that's the journey that I'm talking about, right? So what's the smallest bar you remember playing that might have had an impact on you?
Man, we've played Joe's on Weed Street.
No, the smallest. There's got to be a little Texas come on, Joe's legendary, right?
The smallest bar. Golly, I don't know. We've played some little bitty ones that were very empty. You know, the Saxon Pub in South Austin, Texas is pretty small. It's only probably a couple hundred people, maybe not even that.
Yeah.
And I used to play there Sunday nights at midnight. So
What's it called?
it's called the Saxon Pub.
Okay, so I just want you to hold on to that journey from the Saxon Pub to the headlining of Windy City Smokeout, of where you are today.
I think about it every day.
Which is pretty freaking cool. And you're ready. You did I read right too that you have new music coming, right? You have
I think so. I'm working on it.
The new album?
I'm working on it slowly.
Okay, because last time I heard you wrote like 20 songs already for it, right?
I've got a lot of songs for it. I don't know if any of them are great, but I go in the studio again in 2 weeks, and I'm completely starting over, cutting this new record, just starting from square one. So
Interesting. I like that because most of the time when you talk to people about their new records, they're like, yeah, I'm excited about this, I'm excited about this. But that's a real honest, you're like, I want to make sure this is right. And it feels like you're not super excited about anything that you're putting in.
I just try to act like I'm not, because I get over it very quickly. I get like super high on something, and then I'm like, nah, it's not that good.
Is there one song you have right now you know this is going?
Yes.
Can you tell me the name of it?
Absolutely not.
Is it the Honky Tonkish?
No.
No, I didn't think it would be. Is it? I don't know. Okay, so there's one song.
We're gonna play. There's
okay.
two of them I'm really, really big on, and then I really think are special, and we're playing one of them tonight. So.
I gotta wait for you to go on stage and tell me what it is.
It's called Big Ol' Fancy House.
Cool, love that. I'm excited to see it, man. I'm excited for you out there, and they are ready and they're packed out there. So, congratulations on that journey, because you're headlining Windy City Smokeout tonight.
Thank you, man. Glad to be here.
Park McCollum.